Welcome to Peaceful Streaming. So I'm back at the Old Port Warehouse. Um, as you can see, which I'm turning into a coffee house. As you can see, well, you don't know, but I was here earlier at my lunchtime trying to figure out what to do with the outside. I actually had like a ton of different things I was doing. So I'm really bad at doing the architectural part. Um, so I'm totally open to any suggestions. I think for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the kind of like slate look in on uh, that center part, and then maybe the columns, and I'll do the rest in the wood paneling. I mean, I'm just like literally kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, seeing what I think looks decent. But as I said, I'm really bad at it. I'm fine with interior stuff, exterior stuff. I'm just like scratching my head totally. So yeah, I'm gonna um I guess I'll yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not exactly enthused about it. The only thing I absolutely like is using this um stuff for the I'm using this stuff for the patio. That's about the only thing that I absolutely was like, oh yeah, I like this. And that's one reason I tried to, you know, choose stuff for the walls that coordinates. So, yeah, I mean, I think I would be really grateful if someone came up with a great idea. But I'm also looking at this where it's still partly brick. So I think I just need to kind of suck it up and at least do the front. So I guess I'm gonna need a scaffold, aren't I? Did I sell the scaffold? I may have. Sometimes I do that because it irritates me. Um, yeah, I sold the scaffold. Of course I did. Okay, so I think I can use this. I don't think I need the really big one, do I? No, I shouldn't. Okay. Guess this stuff is in the way. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm not using this or this. Um, and I'm not using this or this. I'm not using that or that. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what. Some of this stuff looks very similar. Okay, I'm not using that. Not using that. Okay. Um. Now, so I have to figure out how to align these. I guess. Yes, I'm just going to move this so that this is aligned. Okay. So I'm gonna put the wood paneling on the second floor on the front, and then finish the rest of the front, and then just see. I don't know, maybe I think one of my problems is I think that this wood is too dark, but I'm gonna try it out and see. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I did it the other way. Okay, so that's the wrong one. I did it so with the horizontal paneling instead of the vertical. So I need to fix that. I had one left. Great. Okay. So yeah, dark rotated panels. So wait a minute. I think I tried the lighter ones and I didn't like it. But on the other hand, okay. so we have the ones I was just using. We have really light ones. Wait, what's the difference between this and... Oh, that's floor stuff, and then this is wall stuff. This, I don't know, I guess let's see how that looks. I don't know. I probably should be finishing. Wait a minute, I'll put it over here. So I won't do it, I won't cover up the other stuff in case I decide it just really looks bad. Because then I would be giving myself more work. I mean, I wish this gray were darker because I probably would say, absolutely, that's perfect. But I think it's just too light. There's one other... see, did I... Now I tried... I think I tried this, and it just didn't work. Let me see. Because, yeah, that's too light. It's just too light. And that is too light, too. So that's not going to work. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this front wall. And where is that? Dark rotated panels. Okay. There. I used all of them. That was quick. I mean, I did say I was going to go for an industrial look, so I think the wood is appropriate, although I would like it if I were... Oh, wait a minute. So I'm not doing that there. I'm doing the slate there. So I wonder, I think I can jump... No, maybe I can't jump on there. Okay, so I did do the wood part on that side. Okay, so I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm not gonna move the thing. I'll just go in this way to that balcony, and then I will do the rest of it, and then I'll see how it goes. Like inside here, this is not gonna be all brick because that's just tedious. I just haven't decided yet what is gonna be. Okay. So this, which, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna have to use the scaffolding. Did I not do it on? No, I didn't. Okay, rats. I just realized I'm gonna have to go in probably again. Nope. I had a feeling. I'd like to do some wood inside, if I can find the right combination. I tried to find some at lunch, and I was just like, eh. I think the ones I tried were just too yellow. Okay, so this, probably two. so then we don't have dark gray panels, do we? Light gray. We have the stone gray. But that's really light. Well, I'll do this. No, that's too light, and it's yeah. And then this is too light. I'll try it. You never know. Sometimes these thumbnails are not good, but it looks awfully light. No. I mean, then the building would be really light. I think I'm going to finish this side. Oh, yeah, that was not a good idea. See, this is one of the ones I tried, and it's just so yellow. I mean, it's really not... It's just too extreme for me. Okay, so this might not be easy to decide this way. Well, you know what? I wasn't planning on having a really light building, but I don't know. I think I like that. God, I'm gonna have to... I think this is gonna be one of these things where I'm just gonna have to try it. I'll just do the front. I'll see how I feel about it. If I keep looking at it and going, yeah, actually I like that, then fine. If not, then at least I haven't done the entire building. Okay, so those are both wrong. Okay, so I'm going to move the scaffolding. And of course, then also it's possible that this pavement will not work with us. I mean, it's really light, but I think I like it. I mean, it's really light. But I'm gonna finish it and then we'll see. And then I'll do the columns in the front here in the flagstone. But I don't think I'm going to go back to this dark. I mean, I hope there's something else. I don't like this light one. I hope there's something else that works, because the dark stuff just was not working for me. I wonder. I don't think I'd want to do this as flagstone. I think I want it to be something else that would hopefully coordinate. Okay, so let's step back. I don't know. This is the problem. I do not know. It's very light. There's another color of the flagstone. I don't think it will necessarily be any better, but let's check it out. I don't know. I mean, the other possibility is, which I didn't do, is look for um, tiles. Do like tiles instead of panels. Oh, yeah, let's see. I don't know. Hey, Barry. I'm like in problems here. I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy with this. I think that doesn't work. I think the problem is that this wood is just so light. God, that sucks. I wonder if there's I do the flagstone and then see, I just don't see using any of these. And what about using this instead of the flagstone? I'm not sure that's going to make a difference. Because the problem is the wood paneling is just so late. Hello, Trix. Oh my God. I love it when people have these usernames that I'm like, oh yeah, I don't, I can't pronounce that. Sorry. Trix? How about I just say Trix? Do you mind? Because I have trouble talking anyway. Oh, that doesn't look good. I don't know. Thank you. I don't like this. Um, okay. So this, I do like this. If we had dark gray paneling, that would be great. But we don't. I'm not sure. I guess, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I think I'm going to go back. I guess I'm going to go back to the dark brown. It's just so dark. I could do paint, actually. Come to think of it. What if I painted it instead of doing paneling? Okay, so I'm not going to use that. That. Okay. I could try paint. Now what paint would work? I don't really like the paint because it looks very flat on the buildings. So it's not generally my first choice, but I think in this case, I'm just not finding any paneling. I'm going to zip through one more time. Now this was also too light. Did I try these? I mean, those are really dark, so I'm not really improving on the whole. This is too dark, this is too light. Yeah, so I had these Salex dark panels. There's really not much difference. I tried these Ica wooden panels. I'm going to try it again. I mean, maybe I was wrong. But yeah, see, I don't think that's an improvement, but I'll throw a couple of them up. I mean, color-wise, it's an improvement, I think, over the really light paneling, but I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is a good one. I usually don't agonize over this. Does this come in reversed? No, it doesn't, does it? Let's see. No. So that's the floor. And there isn't. Yeah, that's the first time we had anything that color. Um. Okay, I'm gonna look at the paint. If I don't see any paint that I think goes perfectly, yeah, Barry, we are gonna do at least one video about being on the spectrum, albeit remember it's from two people who just were diagnosed. So generally, we don't like to do videos on things that we um, we don't have personal knowledge of. And yes, we do apparently, surprisingly, both have personal knowledge of being on the spectrum without realizing it. But we don't. Oh, that's so flat. I'm right, aren't I? That's really flat. Yeah. Um, but I don't have any knowledge background the way I do with depression. So, I mean, I've known I had depression since 1990. I just found out, like not even 2 months ago that I was on the spectrum. So I'm really, really, so my mom worked for Time Magazine. And so I actually minored in journalism slash communications, whatever, in in college. And so this is not a really fashionable idea anymore, but I take the idea of responsible journalism very seriously. So I do not um I since I'm essentially, I do most of the writing on the videos. So I'm essentially presenting us as semi authorities when we do the YouTube channel. So I take it very seriously that I have to make sure that my information's right. And I mean, I can honestly, after how many years? 32, wow, 32 years knowing I had depression and writing about depression and talking about depression. It's, I mean, I still look stuff up and find the most recent research and stuff like that, but I'm really starting at ground zero with the autism stuff. So now I did find a really good book. Oh my gosh, where do I have it? Hang on. Oh, I think it's called Unmasking Autism, and it's by a psychologist who is on the spectrum, and so I heard a lot of good things about it. So I bought it. I haven't got to the point where I'm reading it because the problem is I usually read at night, make myself sleepy, and so I tried reading it, and it was very interesting. I only got to the introduction, but it's when I'm really tired. I mean, it's really just not the kind of thing I can um what's the word I'm looking for? Like really internalize and process. So I'm going to try to find. I have vacation coming up, which I've already piled so many different things on. Like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and so um, I don't want to pile that on there. But I'm hoping to at least get started on it. And this was written by someone who didn't, who's I think a fair amount younger than me, which is not difficult. But and did not know they were on the spectrum. So and I believe, by the way, it's someone who's pansexual. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's someone who does not, who's not uh, uh, heteronormative or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up with terms. But I'm old and I have MS. But I think someone who is, you know, who's not, who doesn't identify as heteronormative. Um, and I'm really sorry if that's not the term. I apologize. Um, well, unless they come up with a different um paneling, I think that's what I'm going to go with because, and I've already spent 26 minutes on this, which I feel really badly about. So, because I really would like to finish the front. And I might even do my second stream on this too because I didn't realize this was going to take me so long. But I want to do the patio in the front. I'm not sure if this stuff's too light now. I really like it though. I think it's fine. I think that's fine. If I can just hopefully find it again. I will not find it again, will I? Surfaces, paving slabs. Okay, it's this one. And I think that's beige or sandy. Which one is it? I think it's, oh, it is this one. Okay. So, I want to put the patio down and then put some furniture on it and also some landscaping. I don't like that gap there. So actually, maybe what I'll do is have I'll have some bushes and stuff there. Please tell me this is gonna line up. Oh no, that's not lined up. Okay, please tell me this is gonna line up. Please line up. It's not gonna line up. I don't think I can slide this on the. Can I? Can I? No. Oh, crud. I think that's one of those things I'm gonna have to figure out off stream because that's gonna take me a while. Shoot. So, crud. I don't know if there's. Let's see. So if I, yeah, this is one of those puzzles that is just gonna. Do that, and then maybe I can. Shoot. Okay. I'm gonna, oh, wait a minute. Maybe, oh, wait a minute, Maybe, let's see. Is there any way this can solve this for me? What about, okay. I think that works. I mean, it's still a little, it's sticking out a little here. Oh, maybe it doesn't work. Let me see if I can put another one down. Please work. Okay. Please work. Okay. No, it's not gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to mess with stuff, but I'm not gonna do it on stream because that's just tedious. So I'll figure it out. But so for now, I'm gonna avoid that part, and I'm just gonna make the patio. I should be able to figure this out, right? Gotta be a way. There has to be a way because what was I looking at recently? What was I? I was looking at. I was on some property. What did I work on? Oh, here we go again. What did I work on yesterday? I'm totally drawing a blank. Oh, the castle. No, wait a minute. Was that where it was? Um, so I was working on a property, and they were able to like create a curve with, oh, it's on my train one, isn't it? I think it's on my train office. They were able to create a curve and with flagstones, and I was like, wait, what? How did you guys do that? So I know there are things that I do not know how to do. I think I'm gonna have to like look at some videos and stuff like that. Oh yeah, this doesn't look good. I mean, I can put some plants here and stuff, but it's still like still gonna bother me because it's shoot. I think this is right. These there are two that are very similar. Ooh, okay. So if I do this, then the next one will that line up? So then the next one will line up. Okay, so at least I have that. So maybe I'll be able to figure this out. Because that's not as bad. That's not as bad. It still bothers me a little, but why is this not fitting? Why is this not lining up? Where did I go wrong? Oh, I went wrong here. Please tell me I can. Okay, I was just not careful enough. Oops. Okay. Oh, cool. This one's lining up nicely. I wonder if this one is going to please. No. Shoot. Oh. Okay. But this is working. So this is okay. Yeah, so there are just some spots where I'm gonna have to like figure it out. Um, but this is I'm definitely gonna have to figure out because I'm gonna put plants here, but like I can't put plants right in front of the door, one of the doors. So I suppose I could take the door away, but I don't want to. Okay, so let's look first for furniture. Um, okay, so I'm gonna look at tables. So there's this kind, but that doesn't have an umbrella. No, beech is too light. Pine's too yellow. Oak. Oak's not bad. Light nut. Eh. So I want to see what I can, like for instance, in this, can I get oak? Hmm. Have I done a video on coping skills with depression? I probably have. The problem is this is going back. Remember, we started in 2018, so I'm a little um so maybe, but I don't know for sure, which I know sounds weird, but I mean we did a video every single week for like 3 years. And granted half of them are like unboxing videos, but uh I just do not know. Um so I don't know. I mean that's also something that I think I did on specific subjects, like coping skills for depression at work, for instance. um, things like that. And I assume we did one on school, on coping mechanisms at school, but I don't want to say definitely because I'm not sure. Because I can't remember it specifically, so I don't want to say we have. Um, but I think in general we touched on that a lot because it really, except for videos that were aimed at people who knew someone with depression, I mean, all of it is about coping, essentially. So, like, um, if if you're talking about um, managing your medication or finding a therapist, I mean, all of it is about. I mean, that's why we call it living with depression because it's living with depression. So, it's. I mean, basically, the thing that I usually say to people is the best thing you can do for your depression is to find a really good doctor. Find a doctor who actually cares, which I know sounds really negative, but so find a doctor who, this one is very tall if I remember. No, it's not bad. Find a doctor who is not satisfied with you being better than you were, is not satisfied until you are feeling good. Um, So, because the ones who are like, well, you're doing better, so I don't see why we want to tinker with your medication because it's really, it's really a difficult process or something like that. I think I should just go with cedar all around. Does this come in cedar? Um, so like that's not good enough. You know what I mean? So a doctor who, and especially when you have depression, you need a doctor who's going to be proactive. So then a doctor who's like, you're doing better, so are you serious? This does not come in cedar. I guess that's pretty close. I think this one's better. Um, so the doctors who are like good, it's good enough are not that's not someone you need because when you're depressed, it's like you have enough trouble being proactive. So um you need a doctor who's like, yeah, no, you're better, but that's not good enough. I'm not going to stop tweaking your medicine until you are doing well. So that, so someone who's like a cheerleader essentially, and who is not satisfied until you say, yeah, you know what, I feel normal, I feel decent, I feel like I can handle anything, I feel like life is pretty good, you know. Um, that's someone that you need. So and really should not have to settle for anything less than that. But it can be hard to find. I mean, I'm not going to I'm not gonna say that it's easy because it's not. Unfortunately, that's pretty sad. But that's it's just a fact of life. So it's just one of those things that once you find that person, once you find that doctor, you are um, uh, you're gonna be doing better just because they actually care. Um, and that applies to a lot of things. Like I'm very frustrated because my son um, has had some kind of sleeping disorder for years. Because he has a CPAP machine, so he's not gonna stop breathing, and but he's still tired all the time, and so something's not right. So he's gone to all kinds of, I guess I'll do cedar. He's gone to all kinds of doctors, all kinds of specialists who have ruled out certain things. But then the specialist will be like, yeah, well, it's not such and such. And then you're like, okay, but what is it? And it's like, so basically they're just telling us, oh, it's not this, it's not that. And okay, so I'm done. And we're like, okay, but so what now? And so and his pediatrician has just not. We don't have cedar. Oh, we do have cedar in this. his pediatrician just is really not been proactive. So he's going to start seeing our doctor, who is one of those people that will not stop until she finds an answer. So, and that's the kind of doctor you need. So it's just stuff like that, that I mean, they're oh, I hate having these two different colors. I think I'm gonna have to. I can't. It has. They have. I cannot have. Yeah, I just can't do it. Um, so it's just um, and the problem is also everyone is different. So most of the time, I'll say this may work. I'll be talking about something. I'll say this may work for you. It may not, but give it a try. And because Lawrence, for instance, he's different from me. I mean, his depression is different from mine. And this is not obviously telling any secrets because he's talked about this. He is always almost, I think, pretty much always had suicidal ideation with his depression. I never have. So that's something that's really unique about us, like, however you look at it, either me or him or both of us. And his depression also is I think more serious than mine is. It's more intense and more, all encompassing. Although, oh, shoot, now this kind of looks better, doesn't it? Um, so it's kind of hard sometimes to give like just general coping tips. Oh yeah, the core start go. Does that look better? I don't know. Shoot. Um, I'm like not liking any of this. I guess I could do a really dark one. Now that's like shoot. Okay, so I'm gonna do a set of this and see in the core start go and see if it looks good. So yeah, I mean it's kind of hard sometimes to do a generic um, tips kind of thing or like, coping mechanisms because um but like I said, what we'll do is like, well, so this might work, give it a shot. This might work, give it a shot because it's just hard to say, oh, that looks better. The coarse dark oak. I'm pretty sure. I think the other stuff is just too late. Oh my god, this is driving me nuts. Um, I'm driving myself nuts on this. I realize. Um, so you know, so we try to we try to keep that in mind that that like we're not that we don't tell people, okay, try this because this is definitely going to work, because there's just no, you can't say that. And that's why that drives me nuts about doctors who think that, okay, well, I'm going to change this medicine and then you'll be doing fine. It's like, yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll be doing fine. I guess we'll have to see, won't we? They just assume that, and then you feel like you're bothering them if you contact them and say, I'm not feeling better. And because they were like so sure and they didn't, some doctors are like, okay, well, let's give this a shot. We'll see if it works. But some doctors are like, just that's it. They know it's going to work. And so then you just feel really hesitant. You can feel really hesitant. I mean, I don't at this point anymore because why am I not? I couldn't turn it in that direction. Um, but some people are just like, oh, well, the doctor was so sure. I don't want them to be disappointed, and I also feel like I'm complaining and being hard to, difficult to hard to please and stuff like that. And so a doctor who's like, yeah, this is going to be all better. This is going to make things all better is not helpful. So anyway, I don't know. I'm like going way off the reservation on the topic, but it's something that does bother me about some doctors. So I just think people should realize it's not them. It's the process. It's how complicated depression is. It's their doctor's attitude. Just assuming that this is absolutely going to be a slam dunk when any reasonable person would know that they're you know our brains are too complicated to make that assumption. So yeah, I mean this is so I mean that's the thing is like I think some of the stuff I don't know if anything we do or we talk about essentially can be called coping strategies. I think they're navigation strategies. Like, okay, so this is how you this is how you find a therapist. This is how you interview therapists. This is how your doctor sucks. And you should find a new one. These are some good things that might work for you as far as de-stressing. So, because like I said, we never want to sound like we think we know exactly what is the right thing for people because we don't. I mean, even we're not qualified. We're not medical professionals. Um, and I don't look at like any of these bushes. Um, and we also are not. There's obviously no way to diagnose everyone, right? Yeah, I mean, doctors can be a pain, but some of them can be awesome. I think I'm not sure if you were on when I was talking about a doctor when I first got diagnosed. These don't work either. Um, I went to a walking clinic because no, not a walking clinic. What am I saying? A mental health clinic that was attached to a hospital, and they had the doctors worked there on a rotating basis. So, um, so they were generally there, I think, 6 months, and so I think the first one was fine. I don't really remember anything about them. The second one was horrible, absolutely horrible. He, I told him my medication wasn't working, and he said, "Well, do you have thoughts of harming yourself or someone else?" And I'm like, "No, but I never have." So that's that's not that doesn't help as far as telling whether my medicine is working or not. He absolutely just refused to consider any other any other qualifications or criteria than that criteria. So ooh, that's not right. So I that's weird. So I just basically waited until why is that so bad? I basically just waited until he was gone. Standard, smaller, and smallest. Oh, that's bizarre. Usually you have the smallest on the left. Yeah, I just waited till he was gone. And then the person who was there after him was awesome. I told him I came in, I said, my medication is not working anymore. He talked to me, he asked me questions, and then he said, "Well, let's give this a shot. Let's try this." I forget, like I think I was having really bad OCD thoughts. Like they're really strange ones. I think because I was under stress. I was getting married, my first wedding. Second one was very casual. First one not so casual, and I was just incredibly stressed out. And so I think that was bringing on these really severe OCD symptoms. And so um, he said, "Okay, so I'm going to put you on Prozac because what that will do," and he like explained to me that it should help the OCD also, which it did. It actually made a huge difference. I don't like this outside light, but we don't have any other choices. Um, and although unfortunately it caused other problems that I'm not going to talk about in public. So I did change, but it literally like I I didn't have, I've never again had the severity of those OCD um, symptoms. So, so, um, so that's the kind of doctor you need. And yes, some psychiatrists suck, and some therapists suck, and it's unfortunate. But I think the good ones would tell you that that's something that that's a problem. Um, oh, bamboo. I don't know. Eh, I'll give it a shot. Um, I mean, I think any good mental health professional would agree that there are bad mental health professionals. So it's just unfortunate, but I mean that's the case I think in any profession. So that's just I'm gonna have to find some way to make that area smaller. Um, anyway, I'm like babbling on and on here, but um, honestly, I wish we could give coping strategies, but I don't think it's really possible because depression is so individual. Our brains are so incredibly complicated. Oh my God, I'm running into this problem again. Seriously? Why am I able to do it there? Oh, it's just really picky. Um, um, our brains are so complicated. So anyone who says, "Oh yeah, no," that's why I have some issue with these depression symptoms list. We don't have anything else, so that's what we have to go by. But I mean, for so many people, they look at the list and they're like, "Well, that's not really," like they all have changes in sleeping and eating patterns. Well, first of all, I had had it for 20 years. So that was normal to me since I was 7 years old. So there were no changes. I mean, there were no changes. So, like, there was stuff that never clicked with me because it just wasn't applicable. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. Is not going to work. It's going to be too big. Um, like, I can put it down, but it's sitting, it's not sitting on top. I mean, it's a little, okay, now if I move it, is it going to be screwed up? Sometimes then now it's sitting on top. Oh my God. Um, but here's the problem. The problem is that I think, I had talked about how when I went for my COVID test, I was talking to the doctor who like said to me, I could talk to you for hours. And I was like, okay. He was a really nice guy, but he said that he's around my age, so he's around 60. It worked. Um, I mean, it doesn't have the nice thing there like the other ones do, but and he said that he had never suffered from depression um, in his life, but then in the last year he had his first bout of depression. So there are so many people who never had depression who are then going through this for the first time, and so it's really bad that there are so many doctors who these people are going to reach out to who are just going to be like, well, just, you've never had this before, so why don't we wait a little while? Well, no, someone who's having their first bout of depression could be suicidal. It's like, are you kidding me? You don't just say, let's wait. And I've actually heard of doctors saying that. So, which is really depressing. I mean, like, oh, okay, sure, no problem. Um, so I mean, like, that's something that constantly concerns me, that there are people who are getting just really crappy advice. Um, so the lighting situation is going to be difficult. Um, so yeah, anyway, as I said, I'm just babbling on, but you know, like I said, it's so complicated. Um, and I wish that I wish more people understood it because it's it's just it's so much more prevalent, along with anxiety, so much more prevalent than it used to be. And so that's not good, because there's so little understanding about mental health. And this guy actually said, this doctor said that his daughter started suffering from depression, anxiety, and depression. But he said he learned once she started suffering from anxiety, never to say. He said, I will never say to a patient again, just try to calm down. Because he said, now I know more about anxiety, and I know how stupid that is to say to someone with anxiety. So, but I mean, that took him having a personal experience, his daughter having it, for him to, as a doctor who had clearly been a doctor for a while, a doctor to not say something stupid like that to someone with anxiety. So it's just, especially the older doctors, I think. But anyway, I think I'm gonna take a very brief break, and then I think I'm gonna work on the inside. This is bothering me tremendously, but I just do not want to. I'll figure it out offline, because there's nothing more boring than me streaming, me sitting there and going, huh, I wonder if this will work. Nope, let's see if this will work. So yeah, that's a little tedious. But yeah, so thanks both of you, Trix and Barry, for stopping by. Barry, you're probably gonna be going to sleep soon, right? Um so but what I'm gonna do is the next stream I'm gonna go inside. And I have to change the front door too. I have to change the front door. That's like a horrible front door for a coffee house, that little one. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But um and then I think I'm gonna start working on the inside. I kind of have like no clue exactly what I'm gonna do, but I'm thinking maybe I'll start. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll divide the place into halves. Oh, kind of halves. So like I'll work on this part, and then like next time I'll work on making this into a kitchen, and then this into another area. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the walls. I have to figure that out. And I might actually change the flooring, because it is pretty dark. I mean, I kind of like it, but so yeah, Barry, you two have a great rest of your day. Tricks, you too. And of course, everyone watching the VOD, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you guys, even if I don't talk to you one on one or one to many or whatever. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys too. I hope everyone's doing well and taking care of yourselves, because we're still obviously going through, um, again, some pretty rough stuff. So um, you need to watch out for your mental and emotional as well as physical health. So why is the potential buyer saying no pictures? I moved a picture and now she says no pictures. Okay. Anyway, so take care, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.